What it do, modified 95 family. You're at home, Honda library. I've been lacking on making videos, not from any desire to. Just been super busy with work, everything, life, happens. But we have not given up on this dream. So I'm gonna be out here today. I think I'm gonna take about 30 minutes. This video should not be that long, but I'll take about 30 minutes. And what I want to do is just work on the wagon. I just need to get it prepped. I watched a lot of good videos from some creators, like I want to say Garage Built Hondas and one other one. I'm pretty sure it was, and they were doing the auto to manual conversion, or actually a hydro conversion to cable, because wagons were supposed to be cable, but because mine was an automatic, I don't have any of that stuff in there. So I just need to pull a lot of things. I'm hoping to not have to pull my whole dash. Watch a very long video where a guy amazingly pulled out his dash to get his pedals out, and it made it so clear because all the bolts were like so right in front of you, and my big behind is gonna have to get in that space. So today I'm gonna do a couple things. I want to pull the seats out. I want to pull out as much stuff as I can from the interior that's gonna inhibit me from completing my project. And so it puts me in a much better place when I have help from my housemate to get this bad boy going. Still waiting to get into the garage to be able to do paint and do the engine bay, but still making very good progress. So just give me 5 on my black hand side and let's go. I definitely want to make sure that I clean as I go. So before these seats go back in, I'm going to vacuum, because in the video previous to this one, I had a window visor that was protecting everything in here that was absolutely eviscerated by the sun. But while I'm getting here today, I want to pull all the stuff out from under the dash that might be in my way of getting the pedals out. If I can get the pedals out today, I would absolutely love to do that. Definitely taking this seat out. It's only 4 bolts. I'm not going to be a how-to on that. And then get that center console piece out, because I do have an armrest I want to install. So that just needs to come out, just so I can also take out the automatic gear shift thing. So all this needs to come out. Then I'm going to seal that hole up. I have a really cool piece that should go on there that should make everything fit nice as well. And then it'll also allow me to get the new center console on, which I'm also waiting, because I have a stereo that I want to put in there. And so I'm trying to do everything in the right order, so I'm not having to redo jobs. But we're going to snap back to this, and a lot of stuff's going to be out real quick, and then we'll get to look at the pedals, because that's the main focus of this video. All right, here's a little bit more exposition for everybody. I like to have a lot more things completed when I make a video, but today is not going to be that day because I only had a short amount of time. But I started working on this, and I made sure to keep everything together. I don't think that I will need any of these parts, since I have nothing else that's automatic, nor do I ever wish to own anything else that's automatic. But I pulled everything apart right here. This is the clip that holds that rod in, that I think goes straight to the automatic transmission, but that's not in here because it's sitting right behind me. But I got all the different bolts out of here, and it almost frees this, but this whole assembly is attached, looks like, at the bottom. So I will have to get in and remove that, and I might go and pull the carpet again out of this, because there was just so much, like, not like the grease for like lubricating, that seems pretty normal, but like on all these plugs that were super hard to unplug, it seemed like they were almost like glued shut. And I just used a flathead, a Phillips, a 10 mil wrench, Impacto. This is something I noticed from another video guy did not have, and it just made it take that much longer. And this just to undo the clips and some of the zip ties safely, just to unclip them. Also, I have everything off from down here. I think I'm gonna need to pull the steering column, because we do need to do the rack and pinion. So I think this needs to be separated from that. And then this will have to move out of the way for this pedal set to come out. But everything looks like everything that mounts this, because I think it's only like 4 or 5 different mounting points from like videos I have watched. Try to give you a clear view of that. Should come off pretty easy. But let me show you some of the other things that I have that are pertaining to this, which should go in as soon as I can figure out how to get them in there. Here's a little aside. When I took the seat out, I wanted to make sure I didn't lose any of the mounting hardware, so I just put it back in its spots, respectively, all 4. And then I'm used to having hatchbacks, this is the wagon, so I was able to put the seat right back there, but not before I put one of those mounting brackets through my headliner, which is very vintage. Oh well. But let's go into the garage and let's see what the pedals I'm going to put in. And I've noticed a few things that I wanted to share. So if you are doing something similar to me, you will have this advice ahead of time. All right, so here's that piece I was speaking of. This is the one that came out of my wagon. This is the replacement one. They look almost identical. This one looks a little bit longer in the front. I don't know if that will have any impact, so I might just use the original one because there's nothing wrong with it. The only difference is this piece here. I think these holes, I don't know, those may not be the same, so I might have to switch to this one for the manual one, but we'll make it work. It's from a different car. I'm pretty sure it's not from a wagon, but I want to reupholster this. They have their own custom shift boot, which makes me think that I could make my own custom shift boot. That'll look pretty cool, but this holds that into place. But otherwise, they look the same, both in length and design. This is the bracket for the armrest, so I'll figure out how to get that in comfortably, and then I'll just probably just bolt it in there. Just find some way to make it sit level. Here's my pedal set. So this is what's replacing the automatic pedals. I needed that extra third pedal right there. And see, I put some new pedal pads on there. Make sure they're nice and grippy. I have this spring right here, but I was noticing the clutch just falls down. And as I was looking at pictures last night for parts that I needed, I do not have the other spring. So hopefully I can find that either at the junkyard or maybe online, so that I have the right tension on here. I also noticed that I had this little pad right here that catches the clutch when it comes up, but I did not have one right here. Luckily, I already have like 3 or 4 of these just in case mine have ever broke. It's happened before on my wagon, so I am prepared. I have like 3 or 4 more of these, so I plug that in, so now I have that pedal stop, so when this is engaged, the pedals will turn off, or the brake lights will turn off. I've drained my battery when one of these broke on one of my other cars, so now I'm prepared. This is the piece that's going to allow me to mount my hydraulic clutch master cylinder. It'll bolt right onto here. And then I just ordered a clutch pin, which I don't know if it has another one of those. I don't think it does, but there's a pin that will go into this. And I think it should go here. I'm not exactly sure. I think it should go here and hold it, but I might need to, in the Garage Built Honda's videos I watched, he changed the little ending piece that goes on here. That way it locks on when that pin is in here. And I think I might need to do that because he also drilled a hole in his, which I don't think I have room for because this should be for this assembly. So yeah, I'm just definitely continuing. And I think I might need another one of those pads to go right here to turn this clutch light off. Let the clutch know that it's engaged. I don't know, but I don't think I'm even going to run this because I don't run a neutral safety switch, I think is what this is called, because I like to be able to start my cars without having to push the clutch in, so that way I'm not putting force on all the internal stuff in the engine before the oil is flowing. So I'm noticing a few things too. I mean, this is still very far off in this build. I'm just trying to be prepared and have everything so it's not a big surprise. But it doesn't seem like this, oops, my bad, this clutch master cylinder is going to work for this application, because when it is fully in here, this is how far it would be, all bolted up flush against this bracket, it is nowhere near touching the clutch pedal. And then when the clutch pedal is pushed down, it barely would put any pressure onto this master cylinder to engage the clutch. So that makes me worry, but it's still far off in the build process because this definitely cannot go in until this is all squared away, and I know that that articulates properly. A lot of these things are definitely above my pay grade, so to speak, so I'm trying to figure it out. I have a lot of help, a lot of people in my corner cheering for me because they want to see this wagon project work just as much as I do. Most of my frame of reference is with like EK hatchbacks. They're very linear, they're very straightforward. Everything was hydraulic, there was no cable this. You know, we kind of got away from that from like 92 to 2000. Things were a little sketchy before that. They needed a lot of like customization. And then after that, they went back to cable and all that nonsense I figured out when I had an EP3 for a short period of time. It was very fun, but it was just expensive. So hopefully with a little customization, we can get those clutch pieces to work, get that installed, and route it into the engine bay. The engine bay still needs a lot of love, but I'm excited. Just getting time to even touch my cars in a non-daily driver kind of sense really makes for a good day. So I'm headed to work, headed to the gym. Thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry that this video didn't show more of what I was trying to do. I really want to get down to doing the rack and pinion. That sounds like a big challenge for me. I'm going to try to do it solo, but I'm sure I'm going to have to run to my housemate and be like, "Man, bro, I need your help." But I want to get as far as I can just doing it by myself. But that's the thing that I want to do. I just didn't have the time today. But we're getting to it, and I'm going to show it on camera so you can come right along with me and know that this is possible. All right, Modified family, until then, I see you next time. Peace.